Ever wondered how to choose the right horse saddle? In this video, we'll walk you through the different types of horse saddles, how to go about choosing the right one for you, and how to make it last for years to come. Stick around to the end and you'll be happier than a prairie dog at a picnic. And be sure to check out bitsandspurs.org for country western news, keeping pace with today's rodeo. When it comes to saddles, one size definitely does not fit all. There's a world of horse saddles out there, each designed with unique features and uses. For a new rider, this can take the fun right out of going to the tack shop. So let's start by boiling it down to the three main types of horse saddles: Western, English, and Australian stock saddles. Western horse saddles provide comfort for the horse during long rides or hours working the ranch. They have a horn at the front, which was designed to hold a cowboy's ropes, and have long fenders and stirrups for a high level of comfort and security for the rider. Western saddles can be tailored to the type of activity they will be used for, from barrel racing to roping to show saddles. Western saddles are larger and heavier than English saddles. English saddles are lighter and simpler, designed for a close contact ride. They're made for jumping, dressage, and other English disciplines. Australian stock saddles are sort of hybrid of both. It's a saddle with the stylistic roots from the English saddle in the design of the seat, panels, fenders, and stirrups, but it has a much deeper seat, higher cantle, and knee pads. It creates a very secure saddle for riders who ride in rough conditions or spend long hours on horseback. An endurance saddle is designed for long-distance riding and competitive trail rides, and racing saddles are extremely lightweight and used by jockeys on the racetrack. So once you have an idea of what type of saddle you're looking for, it's time to think about how to choose the right one. Choosing the right saddle can feel like a tall order, but it doesn't have to be. Start by measuring your horse or having your horse measured by a professional. A well-fitting saddle will help prevent injury and discomfort and maximize performance. The seat of the saddle should go beyond the horse's last rib. The saddle skirt should end before the point of the hip and not stick out, and the width of the saddle is determined by the size of the gullet. You should be able to place several fingers between the saddle and the withers. Next, take saddles out for a test run. Any tack shop worth its salt will let you try out a saddle before you buy. Just ask. And lastly, consider your budget. While you don't need to spend more than you can afford, most riders agree that buying a cheap saddle isn't good in the long run. Cheap saddles tend to fall apart, be less comfortable, and use inferior quality materials. It's better for most riders to buy a used saddle of a higher quality instead of a new saddle that isn't made well. And once you've chosen your saddle, it's time to think about how to keep it looking great for years to come. A well-maintained saddle isn't just about appearance, it's about protecting your investment and making sure it's safe to put on your horse. At least once a week, and always after wet or very sweaty rides, use saddle soap and a damp cloth to work in small circles and clean and condition your saddle. Conditioning a saddle keeps it flexible and prevents cracking. And always store your saddle in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. Follow these tips and head on out to your local tack shop. Find out more about horse saddles by clicking the link below, and don't forget to check out bitsandspurs.org for country western news, keeping pace with today's rodeo.